What it do, what's up MB gang? I'm back with another video. Let's hang.
Wait, just got in town, and I won't let cumulus clouds all in the sky.
This video is sponsored by Melanin Barbie, which is my brand. The link will be in the description below. And let's go. Okay guys, I am back with another story time. So it looks like this is going to be a thing for us. Like, comment, and subscribe. Oh yeah, and don't forget to ring that bell so you get notified when I post. Okay, and then I'm going to give you a couple of seconds just to subscribe. Follow my IG at It's Barbie A. Also follow my business IG at Melanin Barbie the brand. Also, if you're wondering, my lip gloss is from Melanin Barbie. Got my notes this time. Okay, so first things first, I met Jessie at a job that I was working, as I said in the last story time. Yeah, I met her, it was 2 to 3 years ago, so this was a while ago. Time flies because I feel like it was yesterday. When I first seen her, I thought that she wasn't going to like me, or I thought she didn't like me, because I don't remember what it was, but something about her just looked like she didn't really care for me. But one day we had to partner up together. So obviously we got to talking and everything, and I was like, oh, we like actually have more in common than I thought we would. And why I say that is because when I first met her, not even met her, when I first saw her and like, you know, analyzed her, she was very I'm a bubbly girl sometimes, but she was just like overly bubbly. She was super loud, and her sense of style was just not there. Not that that matters, but it's just like, you know, sometimes you and a friend has a common fashion sense and it just wasn't there. So I was just like, I don't think we, you know, gonna get along or anything. But I was wrong. She actually was really cool, and we hit it off from there. So as time went on, every day I noticed that Jessie was either getting picked up by her mom from work, or she would be waiting for a very long time. I don't remember like who suggested it first. I think she asked me for a ride, or I either offered. More than likely she probably asked, because at the time I was kind of like going through my own little stuff too. So I said yes, of course, and I took her home. This day it was like raining. I remember it was like pouring. And I remember going inside. When I pulled up to this place, mind you guys, I was looking for a house. I was looking for an apartment somewhere. When I pulled up, it was not a house, it was a hotel. They were living out of a hotel, and when I went in, I didn't judge because that's not what I do. So when I went inside, I met her mom, and her mom was cool as hell. Like, she was telling me everything that was going on with them, and I sympathized. I was like so sad for them because I could relate to certain things. And I was just like, oh my God, like I just got that urge to want to help. So from then on, I helped in any way that I could, whether it was food, whether it was rides, whether it was me doing her hair. I used to do this girl hair for free. Sometimes I think I used to do her mom hair for free. I did her mom's hair like 3 times and did not charge anything. Now I'm not gonna sit up here and say that they didn't offer to pay, because I don't remember, but if they did offer to pay, I probably most likely said no. So Jessie, Debbie, and I were like this after a while. We all started hanging together. Like every weekend we was finding something to do. We was on go. Even with my son, like my son would tag along with us and we would find something to do. So everything was good with us. All 3 of us, we was like 3 musketeers, bitch. We was gang in this bitch. And I just don't understand where things went wrong. I don't know who was closer. I don't know if I was closer to Jessie or if Debbie was closer to Jessie, but I feel like I probably impacted her a little bit more because I was the one who initially like was, hello, like you need to get it together, you need to get this, and this. Debbie would tell her too. Like Debbie would tell her, I'm not gonna lie, she'd tell her straight up, like this is what it is, blah blah blah. But I feel like she started to cling to me more.
Yeah, I changed the lighting.
Okay, so yeah, me and Debbie was really good friends to this girl. Like I'm not sure if Debbie still talks to Jessie, but like we never really got into that conversation because I kind of just leave it alone.
I'm not one of those petty friends to be like, oh, you talk to her, I'm not talking to you. Like, no, you grown, you do what you want to do, but I just don't talk about the girl.
So like me and her would try to get Jessie to get everything together, like as far as her style, her hair, like everything. Like, we would just be like, that's not cute, wear this, wear that. Because like I said in the last video, she was one of those people who did not have a sense of style yet. So she really didn't know how to like put certain stuff together. There's so much more that I could get into, but I'm trying to just like hop to the situation where she just became like this fake ass friend. And one day, like, one of our other co-workers, she was really cool too, still cool to this day. She had invited us to this big Florida event. I'm not gonna say what it is because I don't want nobody like getting no ideas who probably watching my shit from my town. So it's like this big event, and we went and we had seen these two guys. Now honestly, Debbie had seen this one dude, and she was like,
oh, Annie, like, picture me, she like, he kind of cute or whatever.
so I'm like, you want me to get him for you? And I'm like, and usually I'm very shy, but at this time, like, I think I was coming out of my shell, so I'm like, whatever, I'm gonna ask, this is for my friend. So I think he had got away. By the time the event was done and we all was walking back to the car, he happens to walk by the car. So I open up the door and I'm like, hello, excuse me, like, my friend, she want to talk to you. Like, so he comes back and he's like, who your friend? So I walk him over to the car and I open up her door and I'm like, her, like, her. So he's like, oh, what's up? Like, how you doing? Like, he was happy. So I did my part. So Jessie in the back seat, and she was just hyping it up too. So I never like thought that she ever hated on any of us for having men. Or to me, Jessie was not an ugly girl. She was not ugly. She had full potential. So yeah, so then he had a friend that was with him, and his friend was just standing there. I peeped that his friend was staring at me, but his friend ain't never say nothing. So later on down the line, like, his friend hit me up on IG, and he was like, and his friend was real cute. He was real cute, y'all. But he another story time, y'all. So he hit me up on IG and he like, I can't help myself. Like, I saw you. You're so beautiful. Blah, blah, blah. Can I get to know you? Blah, blah, blah. So I was like, okay, cool. Like, no problem. So I ended up, he asked for the number and I gave it to him or whatever. And ever since then, like, we was talking. So those two guys were supposedly good friends. So we did like a double date at first. And then after that, we just all used to be hanging around. And of course, we would invite Jessie because we never wanted her to feel left out. So we like, Jessie, you want to come? I was always the one who drove. I was the one with the car at the time. But at first, it was never a problem. Like, Jessie never showed any like weird actions. And she never showed nothing up until like some point. She started saying like little slick shit to me all the time. And I'd be like, I had to put her right back in her place. And Debbie would laugh all the time because it's like, why you keep trying that girl? Like, Debbie would say, like, I don't even know why we say that to her. You know she's going to say something back to you. At some point, she started saying, like, little rude stuff to the guys. Like, she'll just say rude stuff. And me and Debbie would just look at each other and start laughing because it's like, why are you doing this? Like, why you being at this point, it's giving immature. I was just, like, getting tired of it after a while. And I was just like, why do you keep doing that? So it was never an explanation. After a while, she was like, she would come up with and say like, I don't want to go with y'all, like, it's okay, y'all could go. We never made her feel left out. I can honestly say, guys, like, everyone who knows me know I'm an honest person. Debbie would tell you, anybody, like, we did not make her feel left out. We made sure that she felt included because of the fact that, like, who wants to feel that way? So we'd just be like, you know, you good, we go places, we leave them. As a matter of fact, it would be 3 of us, and then we leave the 2 boys by themselves. Yeah, we tried to hook her up numerous times with people, and sometimes it wasn't even the guy, it was just her. Like, after a while, she'll just be like, no. Like, it was just always like a snobby. At this point, I feel like, coming to think about it right now, I feel like we spoiled her so much with certain shit that she started acting like a brat, low-key. The crazy thing is, though, y'all, like, she would give me attitude when I was around my guy friend, but she would never do that to Debbie. Months goes by, like months go by. I think at this point we're maybe like 5 months past. I stopped talking to that guy. That's another story time, like I said. And I meet my current boyfriend now. I invited her to go to the fair with all of us. Mind you guys, Debbie and her boyfriend at the time was coming to the fair too. When we got there, she started giving hella attitude.
Like, and I'm just like, at this point, what the fuck is wrong with this girl?
So I'm asking her, like, what's wrong with you? Like, what's up? Because at this point, I'm tired of kissing your ass, and I'm tired of treating you like a baby.
Oh, nothing.
And then she was like, oh, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. So me and my boyfriend was like, okay, like we gonna go wherever. I tell her like, just text me when you done so we could meet you. She was like, she texts me like moments later and she's like, oh, I'm just gonna sit here and wait for Debbie. Mind you, Debbie with her boyfriend too. So what the fuck is your problem with me and mine? She's all up on Debbie ass, like all in her ass, like cause we finally all meet together. And Debbie looking at me like, giving me that look, like that smirk. I'm just like, bro, what is wrong with this bitch? Time goes by, whatever, and I'm still her ride home. So we go out to eat after the fair. Like I pay for the whole tab because when it all came down to it, I think she was like, oh, I don't got no money. But I just went ahead because my son was there too. I just went ahead and paid it. Didn't ask for nothing. Oh, I'm gonna pay you back. That's what she say. Whatever. I drop her home and it's just no appreciation. So after that, it was this one co-worker that started working there. It was my manager's daughter. And at the time, I really wasn't feeling this girl because she said something one day and I didn't like it. And I said something back to her. Everybody knew at the job, like, I have a slick mouth too. Like, it's not slick, it's smart. It's a difference. I have a smart mouth too, so I'll let you know in a very civilized way. Like, don't play with me. And I told Jessie, I'm like, I don't really care for her. I don't know what's her motive. So Jessie hard down talking shit with me, like talking like, yeah, I don't know, blah blah blah. Like she just, talking her shit. So like maybe 1 or 2 months later, I see Jessie getting close with this bitch. So I'm like, what is going on here? She's riding around with this girl now. She going helping this girl with her kids. Mind you, the girl had like 4 kids. She helping this girl with her kids, like everything, and staying at the girl's house to come to work or whatever. So I'm like, at this point, I figured this bitch is an opportunist. She goes to whoever can help her. I really felt like that was some fake ass shit. So I told her about it. I called her out on it. I'm like, oh, I see you getting close with so-and-so. What's going on with that? Like, what's up with that? She like, oh, nah. Like, basically downplaying it. It's nothing. Like, we just, like, she's cool or whatever. Dude, I'm the type of person, like, if I find out somebody cool, I'll be like, you should really get to know her. Like, she is pretty cool. But instead, she kind of downplayed the situation instead of just being upfront. When I really realized she wasn't shit was when son was in my okay, I guess I gotta say it, y'all. And her son was in my class. So I was just like, concerned about the little boy. So I never really like questioned anything. My boss came to me and said,
well, what happened with so-and-so? Why he hasn't come? And he's like, did you hear anything? She was like, did you hear anything? I'm telling her like, nah, I didn't hear nothing. I don't know.
Jessie asked in the kitchen. I just let the manager talk to me. My boss talk to me, and she's like,
man, I just don't understand why that girl don't let her son come to the school. He needs help. We're trying to help her get her help, blah blah blah.
So really the boss is talking all of this and I'm listening. Tell me why I leave that day. This time around, I was going to cosmetology school. So I would leave work early, leave my son there, and then go. I go to school, right? And it's like maybe 4:45. I get a phone call from one of my other coworkers that I work with. And she's like, bitch.
She's like, listen, the daughter, we gonna call her. The daughter came in here spazzing out saying, oh, where is Anastasia? Where's she at? I'ma cuss that bitch out because who is she to be talking about my child and blah 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 blah.
I'm like, wait. I didn't even really care about that. I cared about the fact when she told me that she said this in front of my child. So I immediately drop everything. I don't give a fuck about nothing going on in that school. I go downstairs, I get my phone, and I call Jessie because my coworker told me, like, I think Jessie, like, is with her talking about something or whatever. So call her and see what's up.
So I call her, I'm like, what's up? Like, I said, I know you're not being fake. I know you're not telling this girl stuff. Oh, no, I didn't say anything. I don't know what's going on.
Like, she's playing like she don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. So I'm like, okay, bet. We gonna see. So I hang up on, no, I'm like, give me her number. Give me her number. This is the daughter. And fake ass Jessie gave me her number. If she was a real friend to that girl, she would have never gave me her number. So bitch, you like drama. I got the number. I called 3 times. I guess she had ran and told the girl that I was calling.
The girl never answered.
I'm calling because right about now I got my keys in my hand and I'm ready to pull up. Because what you're not gonna do is disrespect my text. And I'm like, what's up? I'm like, you got a problem? like that or whatever. It's plain and simple. She writes me back and she's like,
oh, no, it seems like you got something to say about my child. Don't speak about my child. Keep my child name out your mouth.
I said, bitch, if you had a problem, you would have answered the phone and come and pull up or have me pull up. So I told her, whatever, I'll see you tomorrow. Bitch, you not saying nothing to me. So I'm like, whatever, I'll see you tomorrow, right? The next day comes, no show, nothing. She does not come. And I kid you guys not, after this, she took her son. I never seen him again for a while and did not come back to work for like maybe 3-4 months. I ain't see her. They like, Jessie came in one of the rooms and she's like talking to me and I'm just like,
I tell her basically like, look, to be honest, I really don't want to talk to you. I said, you're being fake. I expected you to be my friend, and I figure out that you giving this girl information. Oh, no, I didn't give her information. No, I didn't. I said, no, I'm letting you know respectfully that was wrong, and I'm just going to remove myself, from this situation. So that was that. After that, she kept trying to talk to me. And mind you guys, a little bit later after this, we had went on that trip to Atlanta with Debbie. So it was a little at the time, but I had let bygones be bygones because of my friend Debbie. I just talking to her, whatever. We was cool, and I still let her borrow $80
on that trip. After all of this, right? So 4 months after, the girl comes back, she walks in and I see her.
And I'm like, oh yeah, it's on now.
So I go to her and I'm like, can I talk to you real quick? Because she trying to hide. No. At this time, I did have time to burn down steam, so I wasn't upset and I didn't approach her in an abrupt way. But I did say, can I talk to you really quickly? And as soon as we went to talk, she tried to give me a hug. And I was like, don't hug me. Oh, well, Jessie came to me and told me that you was in the kitchen talking about my son and saying, I said, see, this is how shit starts. And that's why she probably disrespected mine. I said, no. I said, so now I'm just letting you know now Jessie's fake because that's not what was said. I said, the boss came to me and asked about your child. And I just said, no, he didn't come today. And that was that. So she was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I want to apologize. That was wrong of me. And I told her, like, I just want to let you know we're grown. If you had any questions, you could have called me. You could have came to me. You could have asked me. You didn't have to go in there and disrespect my name and disrespect my son. So she's like, I completely understand. I'm sorry. So her mom, which was the manager, was like, yeah, like you should have never did that. I told her to apologize to you, but we just never got around to it. Blah, 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 blah. Remember I said after that we had went to Atlanta. When we went to Atlanta, she was kind of like saying a little bit of stuff. She wasn't going too deep, but we had went to the mall. And when we went to the mall, she was sitting down talking to me and she was like, it's certain things that the daughter said to me while I was staying with her and I just didn't like it. And she was like, I'm tired of basically being a babysitter. In actuality, y'all, like, I'm really a cool ass bitch. I'm really a true bitch. Like, I will be there for you. But when you do stuff like that, it really makes me back off. But I realize, like, you gotta let it go. You gotta let it go because she started all that shit. Now, what if everything would have turned out bad? What if I would have left school and the girl would have gave me her address and I would have went up there acting a fool about my child? I've been through so much. Everything was still fresh, everything that was happening to me. And I was livid. I was a walking bomb. Like, I was getting mad over everything. But yeah, y'all, that's the end of the story time. She's a fake ass bitch. I have not talked to her after that Atlanta trip. The friendship never went further than that. But yeah, y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to ring that bell. And put in the comments, like, what would you do? Like, have you ever had a friend that used you, was just an opportunist, or like to start shit, like to see shit happen? She was about to see some shit happen. But the Lord is in the mix, y'all. So, all right, bye. I gotta go back to my vlog.